Hello, travelers and explorers. Welcome back to Nerdy Geeks React. My name is Rhett, and I am a nerdy geek trying to react. If you're new here, welcome. So, this video is going to be a bit different. If you couldn't tell by the thumbnail, I am not reacting to a video. My friend invited me on a trip to New York City at the end of September, and I said, yeah, I've never been there. And I figured it'd be a good opportunity to, see some new sights, try some new foods, and yeah, just a completely new experience. So I went to New York and I did some recordings. I didn't record myself very much. I'm not really familiar with having to record myself on the go. So I didn't get too much of myself being recorded in all these places, like Central Park or Times Square. So you won't see like me in them, but I will be narrating throughout, just talking about my thoughts and my feelings and, basically what my reaction to seeing all of this was. There will still be some reactions, mostly of me eating some different foods there in New York. So there will be that. And yeah, hopefully this will turn out okay. This is, my first attempt at trying something like this. Maybe the next time I do a trip where I'm somewhere new, I'll have more footage of myself. For now, you get to see like some of the sights that I saw, some of the foods that I've tried, and I will give some narration throughout the videos and hope that will suffice for, my reaction. This video is just going to be the first day. I'm still trying to figure out how I should put all of these together. I was only there for like 2.5 days, technically. Yeah, so this will be day one, which was only half a day. Hopefully you enjoy watching this, and if you do, please do leave a like and subscribe to the channel. It would really help us out. And if you want to know when I drop new content, like the rest of my days in New York, go ahead and hit the notification bell down below. But let's go ahead and get started, shall we? We'll start with me leaving the airplane in JFK. Okay, so after about a 6-hour flight, we landed in New York at JFK Airport. It wasn't really different from any other time I arrived in a new place after a flight, but it kind of was. I mean, I was finally visiting New York City. I've wanted to go here for a long time. I mean, mostly for the food, let's be real. New York pizza and New York bagel, New York cheesecake, pastrami from Katz's Deli. But I was also eager to see some of the sites that I've heard so much about and seen in pop culture for pretty much all my life. Growing up with Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Ghostbusters, Spider-Man, hell, even Friends, and so many more, it made New York City almost seem like a mythical kind of place, So, walking out of the plane and into the airport had a slightly different feeling this time. I think I felt more excited to be here than I had most other places I've been. No check-in luggage, since I was only going to be there for a few days. So we went straight to the MTA, and I took my first New York subway ride to our hotel in Flushing, Queens. And no, I did not find a nanny in a bridal shop there. If you know, you know. Okay, well, this is our hotel room. Take a quick stroll to the bathroom. Nothing fancy. We're only here to sleep anyway. After we got settled into our hotel, we went straight to our first destination, Katz's Delicatessen. So jumping back onto the MTA, we made our way into Manhattan. I thought trying to get around using the subway would be more intimidating, but it's actually pretty simple, so long as you pay attention. And Google Maps, of course, is super helpful. Just, plug in your destination and follow what it says. Don't try to do anything fancy or weird, just follow the directions. So, arriving at Katz's, I was pretty excited. I'd always heard great things about their pastrami, and there have been many, many times that I've been tempted to order a whole one from their website and have it delivered, but I never have. I guess I just wanted to try it for the first time by ordering it from the actual place in person and watch them make a sandwich with it and, eating it there in New York. And that's what I got to do. Ordered a pastrami sandwich and a corned beef sandwich because why not? And watched them make it. It was pretty crazy how much meat they put into those sandwiches. I mean, it was a lot. I thought the amount they were starting with was all they were going to put in, which, I mean, that was already a good amount. But no, the guy went and got more and added it to the pile. So it was just a lot. Now, while we were waiting in line, I noticed a sign hanging above one of the tables. Apparently, Katz's is where they filmed that famous scene from When Harry Met Sally. I'd never seen the movie, but I'm familiar with the scene. That's the one where Meg Ryan fakes having, let's just say it's where she had what she was having. Yeah, that's the safe way of putting it. Anyway, Katz's hung a sign right above the table where the scene was shot. And it's cool. I mean, it's neat, seeing these pop culture things show up and the place acknowledging that took place there. So after we got our sandwiches, we decided to bus it over to Battery Park so that I could see the Statue of Liberty. It would have been nice to take a trip out to Liberty Island and actually go inside the statue, but with time limitations I had for this trip, some sacrifices had to be made. So no going up any statues or buildings and no museums because that would just take up hours and hours, which I really didn't have the time to do. Unfortunately, there was a lot of fencing and scaffolding up around the park area. I guess they were doing some kind of construction or renovation or something, so it was hard to get a good viewing area of the statue. But still, it was really cool to see it, even with some obstruction and from a distance. And with the day ending, it had a really neat orange sunset back silhouette thing going. So yeah, I mean, it's the Statue of Liberty. you hear about it a lot, and now I've finally got to see it. Then after viewing the statue, we tried to find like a picnic table or some kind of table and chair so we could sit down and eat, but no such luck. I don't know why, but they just didn't have like tables and chairs set up anywhere. But we did find a park area that just had a bunch of chairs, so this is where we ended up sitting to eat the pastrami sandwich from Katz's. Didn't get to the corned beef sandwich because, well, one, half the pastrami sandwich was already super filling, and two, the park area was closing and we were being kicked out. So, yeah. Okay, let's see how this is. They really load it with pastrami. They definitely don't skimp. It's very delicious, juicy. Tastes very good. So yeah, the pastrami was delicious. Probably the best I ever had. $28 for a sandwich is a bit pricey, but I thought it was worth it. I mean, it's not like this is something that someone eats on a daily basis. Well, I mean, you shouldn't really, I guess. You'd probably have cardiac issues if you ate this every day. So, since we were getting kicked out of the park, we decided to walk to the World Trade Center since it wasn't that far away. The sun was setting, so the sky got darker and the building got brighter the closer that we got, until eventually we were there. Well, we made it to the South Tower pool anyway. It's hard to imagine such a huge building used to stand where this fountain now sits. Since this was my first visit to New York, I never got to see the original World Trade Center's Twin Towers in person before they were destroyed. September 11th, 2001 was such a long time ago, but I still remember. I was attending community college back then, and I remember being woken up by my brother-in-law at around 5:30 in the morning to tell me what was happening. I remember how somber and fearful everything was for a long, long time. I remember one of my professors at the time had a daughter who was on one of the planes, and he wrote a song in memory of her and the others who were lost that day. I remember a lot being sacrificed that day and the days that came afterwards. A lot of stuff changed, not just in the US, but I think it had an effect on a lot of the world, and it's not something that's ever going to be forgotten. And with this memorial, the North and South Pools, and the 9/11 Museum, they will continue to help make sure that it's not forgotten. So after taking some time at the South Pool, we were feeling a bit exhausted. I mean, we did just travel 6 hours on a plane earlier that day, after all. So we decided to, head back to the hotel. On the way to the subway, I spotted an interesting looking building. Turns out this was the Westfield World Trade Center Mall. It's a really cool building. It looked really cool and everything, but the inside to me was even crazier. I don't know why, but it seemed to have like a TARDIS effect. It was so much bigger on the inside than it appeared to be from the outside. And looking at it now, I guess I do know why. It's because the majority of it was built into the ground and couldn't be seen from the outside. But it was still slightly disconcerting when I first walked in. Don't get me wrong, it's a really cool mall, and I was glad to see one that still had some life left in it. But this was our last stop, and from here, we hopped on a train and went
back to Queens
to end our long and exhausting, but eventful day. Okay, so that was the end of day one. I know that it was a lot of just pictures and me talking. It's not exactly a reaction for the most part. It's just me talking about my experience and the things I saw and some of how I felt about it. I know that's probably not what people are looking for in a reaction channel, but again, this is my first time trying something like this, so please bear with me as I attempt to make it somewhat palatable for people to watch. But I do hope that you did enjoy watching and seeing some of what I experienced for my first time in New York. Hopefully, the next couple of videos will have more actual video in them. There will still be pictures, and I still will be narrating through a lot of my experiences. I hope you enjoyed watching, and if you did, please do leave a like and subscribe to the channel if you'd like to see more. And if you want to know when I drop the new videos, go ahead and hit the notification bell down below. And if there's something else you'd like to see me react to, other than, the usual television show or occasional movie, if there's any other kind of video you want to see me react to, go ahead and leave it in a comment down below. And if you want to see more trip videos like this, do let me know that also. I don't travel a lot, so if I do travel and people want to see my experiences and hear about them, please do let me know. And the next time I travel, I will do all this recording again. Thank you very much for watching. And until next time, my name is Rhett, and I am a nerdy geek trying to react. See ya.